It's the last thing you'd expect to find high in the Austrian Alps.
Yesterday we talked about economic development,
where the clouds meet the mountaintops and snow still lingers into late spring.
All of these connections, these relationships are key.
Here in Garmisch, Germany, 33 military members from 24 African countries are gathering to build a dialogue on becoming more capable and advancing forces for their respective militaries.
So together, we can see how we can attack the problems, how we can jointly look for solutions for these problems.
No, these aren't general officers, but they do carry just as much influence.
We warrant officers and senior soldiers, we are the backbone of the different armies.
Different uniforms, different rank insignias, different titles.
Warrant officers and adjutant majors and adjutant chefs and sergeants majors.
But all have a common goal: to learn, share, grow, and discuss topics that collectively support strengthening African defense capabilities.
We talked about things such as humanity and about development, about rule of law, about governance.
The Joint Warrant Officer and Senior Non-Commissioned Officer, or JWOS, Symposium was organized by the Stuttgart, Germany-based U.S. Africa Command.
That is all an example of the rule of law.
And prior to their arrival here, none of the participants knew each other, not even those whose countries are next-door neighbors. So just the opportunity to meet, discuss challenges and solutions, and exchange email addresses may be the most important benefit of this conference.
We know the solution has to be with us. You've got to have a solution for your neighbor, for your immediate neighbor. And that is what we are doing here. The solution is with us.
And we can come together as Africa countries, and we are discussing our problem.
The 5-day symposium starts in the conference room, but ends with a field trip, a 3-hour bus ride to U.S. Army Garrison Grafenwoehr, home to the 7th Army Non-Commissioned Officer Academy.
And who better to train and mold and develop a future non-commissioned officer than a current senior non-commissioned officer?
The Africans surprised to see few officers, and that the Commandant of the Academy is actually a fellow NCO.
Most of us are wishing to have an exchange program between our countries and this college here.
Grafenwoehr is home to the military's largest bombing range outside of the United States. All branches of the U.S. military and 11 different nations use this range, and the Army would like to see African militaries added to that list.
Basically partnership. We work well with the Germans and the other European countries, and then also incorporate them into our training as well.
We're in this all together. This is about peace and security of not just one country, but for all.
A goal Chief Master Sergeant Johnson hopes the participants will carry home, with new connections that now open the door to continued dialogue amongst themselves on the continent. For U.S. Africa Command, I'm Lieutenant Commander Dave Hecht reporting.